I am doing very good, actually. I'm a bit glad to see that one of our very own community members,
Yep.
Sheppard, is in the tournament. We're actually gonna cast him
Yep.
first.
He's a Scandinavian. He's a Norwegian.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right. So in the bottom right corner, playing for Serga ML, it's KennyOK.
That's a pretty cool name. And in the top
Yeah.
left, representing Viking TV, he's from Norway. It is Sheppard.
We can see that lovely icon over there,
Yep.
representing our very own clan. But I'm just gonna turn off the stream sound.
So we
Right,
might.
so here we are.
It's not
Team
very
one
often.
in the tournament.
It's not very often we might hear mindful cheer for a Terran, but this might be one of those times.
Yeah, one of few times we will actually hear that. Even if he had been up against a Serg, I would actually cheer for Sheppard.
Yeah. I mean,
So yeah, we're right now in the round of 64. I think was it the round of 128?
no,
It's a round
this
of,
is 128.
yeah, okay. So actually, I think we should just let the viewers know that KennyOK is actually a platinum player. I'm not entirely sure if he's always been that.
Yeah,
but
or if he mains on EU, or it's hard to say.
exactly. So there might be some skill difference here, but we'll just see. We'll just see.
Yeah.
Right. So to start things off, we have some normal stuff going on here.
Yeah. A double gateway opener. So...
Yeah, and 2 gas. So we won't see oracles right now.
No, that was not. That was a Nexus first. Oh, we missed that. That's okay. That's pretty bad.
That's pretty big. But this probably mean that we won't see any real early aggressions from the products.
Yeah.
Because normally I'd say that 2 gateways, 2 gas, we'll probably see adepts from that.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say
But
this,
how viable is that against a Terran?
this build looks kind of weird.
Yeah, actually does. We can see that Sheppard has Reaper going out now.
Yep.
Time to scout.
It's a very standard Reaper expand. He kind of altered it a bit. He went Reaper and then Reactor. A lot of people go Factory and then Reactor, but yeah. So it's a more. This is more defensive, but it's slower on the tick. So.
Yeah. You can actually see that he is really focused on actually having some defense here. He has a bunker already by his choke, I think.
And a good thing to mention also is that this is a best of 1, so that's probably why he's playing it sort of safe. You don't want to lose to some dumb cheese or something.
Exactly. You can see that this Reaper is actually starting to get some kills here.
Yeah,
You can see that Kenny is waiting for his mudship core, but
yeah.
man, this is not good. Not good at all.
Oh,
Losing that many probes. It's not like he needed to lose that many probes, if you ask me.
5 kills, that's a lot. That's
yeah, that's
and
a
it
bit
survived.
too much actually.
and it survived. So
Well,
we have a Widowmine going down, it's Starport going down. Like it's nothing out of the ordinary from Sheppard. He's just opening very safe, very standard.
yeah, we'll probably see some drops going on here quite soon actually.
Yeah.
To see some more Marines with a mine and a starport. I'd say we could see a drop pretty soon. When the Reaper is back, adding in some more kills to that kill count. 7 kills now.
Is he
This
actually
is
doing a
not good.
naked drop? That's weird. Seems kind of late for a naked drop. So I don't think he's gonna drop actually. Maybe he's gonna drop some Widowmines. Just be
But
annoying.
why go for a reactor barrack and then get a widow mine, get some widow mines and a starport?
Well,
That's usually what you do with that.
it's more safe, but I mean the problem is it doesn't have stim, so drops are not gonna be terribly effective. But well, he might go for it.
Yeah, we can see here that Sheppard, he's using this Reaper really well. It's still alive. He's still able to scout with it. Yeah, as we said before, 8 probe kills.
Yeah, that's
Also pretty nice.
That's a hero Reaper. So I know.
Here we can see Sheppard is going to start warding off this drop zone. Is he scared for drops?
Yeah, he's just he just does not want to lose to any War Prism shenanigans or anything. Like it is.
At the same time, I don't really think that he has to be that worried about
But I mean, he
we see now
did.
that he's researching resonating glaives.
Yeah.
Um,
This could be a War Prism only. It's not impossible. So, I
but
mean,
why?
yeah, +1 attack. Yeah, this is a War Prism only. So the reason this probably is that is because if you get the +1 on the adepts, it's huge because they 2-shot marines.
You can actually see a pretty standard pure Widow Mine drop, actually.
So
This could hurt a lot. I don't think that Kenny is going to be aware of this.
Yeah,
You know,
depends
he's
on his
moving
reaction. I
in
think he's
now.
here right now with the screen, so I think he's gonna see this. Is he gonna be able to react accordingly? Sheppard drops all 3 mines. I don't know what I think about that. Ooh, okay, that's
Ooh, a lot of probes actually go down there.
yeah,
There's
that's a lot.
two Widow Mines left now. This mine is gonna connect as well.
Yep.
Oh, that hurts.
Yep,
and I have to say that this is starting to look very grim for KennyOK.
I think this is a trap there, actually.
Yeah.
The way he handled that drop is just not ideal. Like, if you see a drop coming like he did, you shouldn't lose a single probe, basically. If you do that correctly. It is kind of tough, but... and the mines are still here, so GG. There's no way. Yeah.
No, this is kind of ridiculous actually to see how many mine kills, or well, probe kills these mines got. I mean, that mine that is left at the natural has 10 kills. That is pretty ridiculous. A lot of value coming out of that drop, and Sheppard is looking really solid now.
Yeah.
He's still focusing on his macro. He's adding a bunch of production facilities. Also a CC coming out here.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just really
it's
solid
looking good.
stuff. Nothing out of it. He just plays it really standard, really safe. Like this is exactly how you should play it in a best of 1 versus someone who is worse than you. Like just play it safe. Don't do anything ridiculous, and just make use of the fact that you're the better player. Because I mean, this is stuff that KennyOK is not going to be able to keep up with.
Yeah, just play it safe, go for somewhat map-oriented plays, just win by that. Have respect, basically, because even though a player might be a bit worse than you, if you play really greedy, for example, and the other player has a really solid build that he starts, maybe a cheese or something, you might actually get the game. And since it's a best of 1, that means that you're out. Right, we can see a pretty scary push coming in here with Marines, with shields, stim, marauders, we have some liberators, some widow mines. Looking good.
He's gonna need some good defense. I mean, he is gonna be able to hold this for a while. I mean, he's not gonna be able to push into 2 pylons, is he? Oh, well, if he pushed back that far.
Yeah, okay, I don't think that Kenny should have just left his pylons there by himself.
No,
that was a bit of a bad choice, and we can see now that
of course, GG.
It's a GG. Well played by Sheppard, and still, I mean, I have to say that KennyOK did an okay job to begin with.
Yes, KennyOK, after all.
Pun intended. Pun intended. Right, indeed. This means that Sheppard moves on to round of 64.
And who is he facing?
And he is actually going to play Snute now, so we'll just continue following Sheppard for now.
Yep.
And I have to say, this is so much fun, actually, to be able to cast one of our very own community members.
Yep. It is really cool.
There's probably a bit of an issue when it comes to favoring a player, I guess.
Well, they're just going to have to handle that.
Yeah, but at the same time, we always start with a round of 128 if we can. And Sheppard was the only Scandinavian in the round of 128, so we didn't have much choice, actually.
No, honestly, that was just the best way to go about it.
All right, so we are now going to move over to... Oh, shit.
How nervous do you think Sheppard is right now?
I have no idea. I'm actually helping Sheppard right now, figuring out how to find the place where you register your score, which is kind of funny if you ask me. Alright, I should probably change the title to represent where we are in the Snute versus Sheppard round.
I mean, Sheppard really needs to do this more. Fucking inviting everyone to a party.
Join the party, Snute.
And Sheppard is fangirling, okay?
Wow. This is kind of funny, to be honest. Alright, so King's John Station is the map that we are gonna play on, or well, watch. Yeah, Sheppard versus Snute. This is gonna be interesting. And I am now going to change scenes back to StarCraft. We're actually going to have Take TV joining us as well.
Yep.
As well as TV Spania.
No. Poor Sheppard.
Yeah, a bit. Let's see here. All right, so we are live with the round of 64. And it is Viking TV's very own Sheppard versus Snute. TVC. Do you know how well Sheppard plays TVCs normally?
Oh,
what's his score basically?
He is doing awesome, from what I understand. He is weirdly enough struggling in the mid game for some reason. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So in the bottom right corner, playing as Terran, red color, it is Viking TV's very own Sheppard.
And he is up against his almighty countryman from the same country. It is Liquid Snute. Playing third.
Yeah, and a fun fact here, ladies and gentlemen, is that Sheppard is actually maybe the greatest fanboy, the biggest fanboy in all of StarCraft when it comes to Snute. He loves Snute. He adores Snute. And he talks about Snute all the time, basically. He follows every single pro game that Snute is in. Sheppard watch, basically. And yeah, so I can understand that Sheppard is right now kind of starstruck, and I have to say that I don't think that talks in his favor, actually.
Yeah, I think he should do what he's used to. I mean, I think Snute is gonna demolish him, and it's not because Sheppard is a bad player, it's more because I think when you come up to Snute's level, it's sort of his playstyle is not gonna work. Because I've seen.
And I mean, going back to this, I mean, it's just that Snute is one of the best foreigners right now, the best basically.
Yeah.
And I mean, Sheppard is a very good player, but it doesn't really matter how starstruck he is, how tilted he becomes because of that. It's just a really hard opponent actually. But we'll see. Maybe Sheppard could do some really cool strategies here. Maybe we can see a new king of Norway.
Okay, so Sheppard's opening is really interesting. So this is, we actually talked about this the other day actually. This is the 12 Marine 1 Widow Mine naked drop. So this works like you go Reactor first, and then it's kind of like a Reaper expand, but instead of getting the Reaper, you get the Reactor. And then you constantly pump up Marines and get the factory and the Reactor on the factory, and then you switch it over with the starport, then you make 2 medevacs, and then you drop with about 12 Marines. And this hits ridiculously early. So that's the strength of this. You're gonna put pressure from the very beginning. If you do this correctly, this drop should move out at about 415, something like that. Which is insane early for a drop.
Yeah, at the same time, we can see that Snute is not going to be able to scout this in time. He's basically not even focusing on scouting it. He plays his Overlord in that normal scouting position, and besides that, he's actually not. Basically, just playing blinded right now.
Well,
Which
he
is
might
normally
see the amount of Marines, which is a big tell, actually. Because that's a lot of
obviously.
Marines at this point.
Yeah, that is true. And I mean, Sheppard is actually moving out with his Marines. He should be aware of that overload placement. It's kind of
Yeah.
standard. Yeah, there are some small things that perhaps just gets unnoticed on the lower level. We do see now that Snute actually got overload speed going. I was gonna add to that earlier. Maybe Snute's getting overload speed, and he actually did. So, yeah. All right.
So he did exactly what I said he would do. Yeah, so we'll see if he can do some damage. It's at least gonna force out some units from Snute. I mean, he's not gonna be able to hold this with a small amount of units. You actually need quite a bit of units to hold it.
Yeah, we can see that Snute actually scouts it right now. We need to add some bunch of surgeons now. And yeah, the scouting timing of this is kind of ridiculous. How much of a well-timed scout that was. And Snute is aware, and he is going to just try and defend this as well as he can.
I think he's gonna be able to do it quite well.
Yeah, actually, I think so too, sadly. But yeah, all luck goes towards Sheppard here. It will be fun to see a pretty long game between these two players.
It's making a lot of links. Okay. That's interesting. Okay,
And Snute is aware of this. 4 queens, lots of servers. And these servers are actually going to be able to counter push now, if he wants to.
Yeah, just sending a few links across, but Sheppard has the wall, so this is not actually gonna do very much.
No, but mine is not burrowed. I'm a bit uncertain why, but yeah. Alright, so Snute, I don't think the Sheppard should actually push in here. Yeah, maybe.
It's a lot of queens.
Yeah, exactly. That is what is making this push.
Oh, those Marines.
We can see actually he got the surround from the links that pushed out earlier.
Yep.
And the only thing we have left here now is a mine, which will get picked up by this spore crawler. Oh well, it will get spotted by the spore crawler. Right, so the drop actually got shut down, and Snute is now just macroing up, getting +1 range, +1 carapace. He's going for that normal road strategy play that he kind of always does in TVC, moving into mid game.
The normal Colt Viking from Sheppard.
Colt Viking.
Colt popularized.
Kind of ridiculous to actually name that after a player.
Well, he popularized getting a Viking in TVC.
Yeah, it's just I don't really think that it's sort of a no-brainer to actually get something out that can just poke at these overalls.
Well, actually, it didn't used to be a thing. Oh, I don't like this. I think it's nerves playing in, because that was kind of a really weird mistake. From Sheppard.
Yeah, we can see that Sheppard actually has 5 SCVs in this reactor, and that is not something that we normally see either.
No.
I think Sheppard is starting to get a bit tilted here, maybe, but yeah, same time we shouldn't really focus on that.
Or is just starstruck? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not.
And the starstruck, I think getting starstruck basically makes you a bit tilted. If tilted is the right word for that.
No, tilted is the right word. Oh, I didn't even get that over.
No, that is sad. Right, so we do see now that Sheppard has a sense tower. I like that. It's good to see those pesky little circles that run around next to your base.
He's not doing terrible. I mean, he did keep Snute on 3 bases, and he has the 3rd on the way, so it could have been worse. I mean, he's behind in upgrades, which is kind of a big deal, but...
Yeah, that is true. I mean, has actually added a 3rd command center now, and I would love to see him get out with that right now, basically. He has a bunch of SCVs here in the natural right now, which isn't really bringing in that much more income to him. So yeah, we can see that Sheppard has a few mines out of that. What do you think about this? Is this something you also do when you play, or?
Well, sometimes trickle. This is sort of a weird position for the mines, though. But he was kind of pushed into that corner, so I understand this. But it
I
is kind of a
think
weird position. I'd much rather burrow it like at the fourth to deny.
I do like the topmost in mine though, because it's in the right position to spot some run bys basically that you go from behind. Basically, you run up here, and it's nice to just fetch those sellers while they run past it.
Yeah.
You can see Snute has a bunch of roaches. It's not really that many roaches though. Snute is still mapping like a maniac, getting more roaches, getting more drones, continuing to upgrade. And here comes the Ravages. He's actually only built one Ravager before this, so he has been able to bank up some gas, getting more infestors, getting infestor upgrades and stuff like that instead. Alright, so
Yeah, is he gonna try to
the mine
push?
actually gets a hit there.
It's gonna be really hard for Sheppard to hold that third B. It's gonna force him.
Yeah. Whoa, that camera control was a bit ridiculous. So I don't really like this position. Sheppard should probably move back down towards his third or
Yeah.
towards his natural actually. Yeah, we can see Snoot's just moving right in now. Yeah, this is going to hurt a lot. Yeah, he loses his liberators, he loses his army, getting fungal.
Fungals all over the place. Yeah.
This is looking grim.
Yeah, Snow is just it's right on point with this corrosive bile. Like yeah.
Right, and there's GG. Wasn't that much we could say about that game actually. I mean, Sheppard did a fine job moving into the mid game, but yeah, it's just the skill difference, I guess.
Yeah.
And a bit unlucky for Sheppard actually to face Snute in his second game. He could have actually been a bit more lucky with his opponents there. But yeah.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I mean, Snute just played that really well. I mean, he scouted what he was doing. He made the appropriate amount of units, and then he was on par with his upgrades all the time, and he just stayed ahead the entire game. Yeah. And Sheppard threw away that Widow Mine, and it's just kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, it actually was. Alright, so Sheppard is eliminated right now. We could follow Snute moving into the next game. Should we do that?
Yeah.
See that I'm just gonna join his lobby then. I am gonna invite you as well. There we are. I just wanted to look at the bracket really quickly because at the same time we do have actually Sato got eliminated against True. What a shame. And I can see that actually Namsha is still playing ranked, so I'm not really sure if he actually he's gonna play versus a German I can see here called Reine. I'm not really sure why he's not doing that. But
Jornatan has advanced as well. Good for Jornatan. Yes, what is that? The round of 32, I think. That's good.
Yeah, the next part is round of 32. That is correct. I actually have a few players that are have advanced to the round of 16 already. Hino is already in the round of 16.
Yep. And he's the only one so far.
Yeah, so we are waiting for the next game to begin here. Some downtime as always. Yeah. Title Snute versus Indy. Round of 32. Still best of one. Okay, so yeah, that was a bit of a shame that we saw Sheppard get eliminated, I have to say.
It was
At the same,
kind of expected though.
yeah,
I mean, it's Snute.
that is true. I am wondering what Snute is going to do against this is Imba fellow, a Protoss, a CVP.
Yeah, it's not my area of expertise.
Well, I wouldn't really say that it's my expertise either, but I do like Zerg.
Okay. Well, that's
Sorry, I
good.
got a bit distracted because I was watching the brackets. And I'm still a bit annoyed by how slow the bracket loads and how hard it is to actually get an overview of how far people have gone already in the bracket, basically. Because yeah, we can see that is actually quite a fun fact here to see that Jonathan actually advanced to round 32, as you said. I mean, that is nice. Really nice.
That is
So
cool.
basically, just to notify people by where the players are at right now, we have Jonathan and Snute, the only Scandinavians left in the tournament today. Actually, both Sato, Namsha, Multi, and Sheppard has been eliminated, sadly. So yeah.
Now sure get eliminated. What
Yeah, he actually did.
did he do?
I have no idea. You can see that Zed TV is here now, joining us. All right, so the game is actually going to start now, and it's Snute versus Indy. Changing scene, and yeah, all right, so Dusk Towers, macro map. Nice, don't you think?
Well, for the most part, it sort of depends. I have a sort of love-hate relationship with this map.
Oh, I only have a love relationship to it, basically.
Oh really? Okay. Okay. We can
Yeah.
go.
In the bottom left position, playing as Protoss, red color from Isimba, it's Indy.
And in the top right, the Norwegian is from Team Liquid. It is Snute.
Yeah, all right. Round of 32 it is. Still best of one, so we will still see players perhaps not playing it that greedy because they don't want to get a loss this fast into the tournament. But at the same time, it could actually push people into going for cheese. But I'd say that this map is it has a pretty long rush distance, so when it comes to Zerg, for example, it's a bit hard to actually do early pushes
Yeah,
because of that distance.
and then the Pocket Expo, and yeah, it's sort of awkward. It's not a very good Zerg map.
No, exactly. Alright, so we can see a quick 17 hatch going into gases and a spawning pool. Pretty standard versus Protoss, though.
Yeah.
You know that you are safe in the early game unless there's cannons involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good build.
Yeah, pretty solid. Pretty solid.
Yeah.
Same time, we can see that Indy is getting that Nexus. adding in a gateway for after that.
Snix is first. So
Yeah, and I mean, if Snute saw this, he won't see it in time. He could have just gone for 3 before pool, because there won't really be any scary pushes if a Protoss go for Nexus first.
no.
Yeah.
Like Snute can pretty much just sit tight. He'll be looking to get a third up. Like he's just gonna drone.
Yeah, instead he'll just move into that standard 3-minute timing on this third hatchery probably.
He's getting the
See
safety.
that Indy's getting his probes going into the second here. He will be able to saturate that quite fast actually.
So
With the help of that chrono boost.
see what Indy decides to go for now. I'm gonna go. Okay, he goes double dip. Okay.
Yeah, going into 2 gateways while you already have 2 gases is normally what we see from Protoss. I was a bit surprised when it came to KennyOK because I actually thought that he was going to do this as well. Because he sort of made the same build. But
Yeah, he kind of did, but then yeah, he messed up.
Yeah, I guess he was just a bit rusty, I think. At least that is what he said in chat, actually, that he had to... He was quite rusty, actually, so yeah, maybe that explained a little bit about his strategy choices or lack thereof.
So we see the Twilight Council coming up now. It's sort
so...
timing. It's gonna be interesting to see what should see a robot.
But it's pretty standard to actually add this on after the 2 gateways, because you need those resonating glaives quite fast to get the adepts really efficient. Especially if you're up against a lot of Sergeants, the adepts are so much better with that upgrade, basically.
Oh, that's a lot of things.
Yeah, it actually is. 2 adepts is not that good versus Lynx, actually.
No.
Still, this is not some kind of a big commitment from Snute. I think he just wants to get control of that third.
Yep.
Just be a bit scary, not letting the pros just expand there.
Yep, just keeping the Protoss on the back foot. It's
precisely. Precise. Alright. I am actually a bit tired, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure why, and I have to just apologize for that.
Well, I've slept for 1 hour, so...
Yeah, and that is what is annoying me even more. It's me who is the tired person, you know, the tired caster. I slept like, I don't know, 9 hours or something.
Yeah. You actually had
So
like
I
proper
shouldn't
sleep.
really be tired.
I'm actually
Yeah,
not that tired, so that's... It's not too bad, actually. Okay, so he's drawing up the third. Like, there's no interesting choices coming out from Snute yet. Like, it's not a lot.
No, I'm actually not entirely sure what Snute is not really committing to any strategy right now. He's basically just macroing. This is a scary push, though. This is a timing push with the resonating glaives at +1. Could do a bunch of damage.
There are a bunch of roaches coming out now, though. So we'll see if...
but at the same time, what people don't really think much about is that unupgraded roaches versus adepts with resonating glaives are actually pretty decent. Unless there's a bunch of roaches. But as soon as roaches get a couple of upgrades going, especially armor, it starts to get really, really bad for the adepts. And the biggest thing about adepts versus roaches is this, using the shades.
Yeah.
Because the roaches are so slow. You normally don't have speed on your roaches for quite some time. It's a bit of an investment actually to get
He's
speed
not gonna
on
commit
roaches
to any of
that
the
fast.
shades. Oh, he committed!
Actually committed to this.
I think that's an odd
Again, there's
choice.
not that many roaches here. I mean, he is getting a couple of drones, and
Yeah,
there's
but
the shades again.
He's losing a lot of depth.
I'm not entirely sure how many he actually lost,
He
but yeah,
lost
he's gonna lose
all of
them
them
all
now.
now. I kind of like how Snute played this. I was a bit annoyed by the fact that he stayed with a bunch of roaches over here instead of just going home when he saw the shades going. But I think he just decided to sacrifice a few drones to get all of them.
I don't know if you see this, but there's a lot of blue units moving over there, so this is gonna be tough to hold, actually.
Yeah, we can see that Snute is actually deciding to push here, and I don't know, this is not really a timing push or anything, it's just something that sort of developed over time. Getting all those adepts, I think Snute realizes that he has a window now where the Protoss doesn't have that many units.
Yeah. I mean,
You see the overcharge is going now. The first pylon actually goes down. Yeah, but those force fields helps the Protoss a lot. There's a bunch of sentries here actually. There's, I think, 3 or 4 force fields left as well. So yeah, and at the same time, the pylon overcharge is so strong. Unless you get those pylons down fast,
yeah, but there's
you
no
actually have
energy
to
on that
retreat.
mothership core now, so...
No, that is correct. But there's still force fields. Still a bunch of force fields here.
Yeah, but there's Ravagers.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, and that Immortal is it actually gonna get out? Actually is. There's 3 Immortals now. No, there goes the pylon.
Got on powered.
Yeah, that's the same. And he actually eats a couple of corrosives now, and that is not that great for
this push is
even...
really strong from Snute. I mean, it's not a lot Indy can actually do here.
No, sadly not. I mean, this Immortal is actually gonna get out now, but it's a bit too late. The damage has been done. And even though Indy's actually holding on now, at least it looks like it, but he has lost a bunch of pylons. He actually lost a bunch of production as well, and there's a bunch of Lings running in now, but Snute actually doesn't have to commit to even more pushes now, because he did a lot of damage here.
Yep.
What I'm a bit surprised about now is the fact that he actually didn't decide to expand behind this, but he is actually committed to this. He's not droning up that match, that third, after that adept push that came earlier. So
no, it's just been
is committing to this.
It's just been constant unit production since those first roaches. So.
And this is a bit scary for a Zerg though, because the Protoss is on 3 bases, and the Zerg is basically on 2.
Yeah, I think he really hoped to put an end
damage there
to Indy there.
Yeah,
but he wasn't really able to, and now I'm not sure about this.
No, actually, I'm not either. And we can see that even though the Protoss has a production disadvantage with the cannons, with the overcharges, with just holding on and not losing economy here, he's actually holding on and getting a fourth after this.
Well,
because you know that Snute actually realizes that he has to macro now. He has to get back into the game when it comes to economy, because this is starting to look grim for Snute.
He is behind in workers, and by quite a lot, by 10 workers. This is getting really scary for Snute, actually. Really scary.
You can see +2 actually coming in for Indy in a matter of seconds here. Blink actually coming from Stalkers as well.
Do you like this push from Indy? I'm not sure I do. If I were Indy,
a bit too early. Yeah, it's a bit too early. He should have probably waited like 2 warp gate cycles, until 2 more warp gate cycles, so you could get maybe a bunch of more Stalkers in the mix.
Yeah, and I mean the fourth.
At the same time, it's not like he's committing now. It could be that he just wants to show Snute that he's moving in, so Snute can't drone up.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're probably right.
Because as soon as you see a Protoss moving in towards your creep,
we see a Spire from Snute. That seems like sort of a desperation move, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why he wants a Spire. Could be that he just wants that for later on, but.
No, I think he's gonna go mute us. I think
but why go mute us now? I mean...
Well, it's... Yeah, I don't know if you looked at Indy's army, but there's not a lot that shoots up.
There is, actually.
Well,
there's a bunch of Stalkers and they have Blink.
But...
They have Blink as well. I mean, these Stalkers are...
Okay, there's a lot.
Yeah, and there's even more Stalkers coming now. Yeah. The Mutas won't have a chance against this.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, but Snute is not committing to Mutas, so right now it's looking good. And this round from the Zerglings that Snute had in the mid,
yeah, that was really nice.
In the middle of the map was really nice. They did go down quite fast though.
Ooh, more units are warping in, but Snute looks like he's holding some nice close to balls, keeping the Zerg back, keeping the Protoss player back.
Yeah, to say that there's only 1 Immortal alive now, and that is good for Snute. You see that Snute actually puts up a couple of overloads into the mix here. Ooh, so close to getting that mothership core actually. And it looks a bit better for Snute now. seeing as he adds a bunch of new units into the army here, and bunch of Ravagers.
Yeah, it's like really awkward for Indy to try to push up here. I don't think he can do this.
I would actually like to see Immortals here. I'm not entirely sure why he's just committed to getting more and more Stalkers, because Stalkers are good, but I mean, it's not like they are the one go-to unit that wrecks everything.
Yeah, now it's kind of a rut roll, because now we're going the other way. It's gonna push.
Yeah,
and Snute needs to get this fourth. Snute needs to get this fourth. I mean, he's so far behind economically.
Yeah, and at the same time, I'm not really sure about why you go for this as your fourth when you're up against a Protoss. There might be a really good thought to this.
Yeah,
I only go for this when I'm up against a Terran.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There is.
It's just that this is a lot harder to defend since it's so far away. It's harder to get creep going all the way over here. But there's a bunch of creep already, so I guess he just want to utilize that.
Yep.
See that Snute has split his army, has a little bit of it over here and a bunch more coming in over there. Yep. Alright, so Indy's actually doing quite an offensive link there. And yeah, here comes the preemptive force fields. Not really sure why he wanted to waste all that energy.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Before the engage
really
actually started.
And
yeah, I don't like the force fields, and I don't really like the offensive blinks either.
Huge amounts of damage coming down on that army from those corrosive balls. It was ridiculous. And now it's we are seeing.
And here comes two mutas.
Two mutas.
There's actually even more mutas coming in, and he's actually researching +1 attack on his mutas.
Running right into those corrosive balls.
I'm actually a bit surprised how well Ravagers handle Link Stalkers. I didn't think that Link Stalkers were this good, actually. Well, was this bad? But I guess it has something to do with the offensive links that actually didn't really help out at all. It basically just put them in a line of fire.
Yeah, I mean, he used to blink really offensively, and that's pretty much why we're stuck in a pretty awkward position.
Yeah.
I think he saw blood and wanted it. And just, I'm gonna go for it.
He saw blood.
Was,
blood on the streets, yeah, and he decided to invest.
What do you say? He smelled blood. I think that's the correct thing.
Yeah, I think so.
It's really interesting.
If you say it like that, you sort of sound like a financial advisor. Is that sort of a motto? If there's blood on the streets, you should invest. It's basically the saying.
Okay.
It means that everyone is selling, so it's cheap to buy stocks. Yeah, there's your daily financial advisement from Mindful.
If everyone is selling, you should buy.
Yeah. You didn't get it from me. Don't invest in anything. I don't want to be the one responsible for people losing all of their savings. Not yet.
Mindful told me to invest.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe when I'm...
So much... There's not even roaches in here. It's just Ravagers.
Yeah, these stalkers are not even moving. They're just taking corrosives all the way. But yeah, it's this blink was actually okay for once. It actually just gets in the mix round on top of the Ravagers. Yeah, here comes the mutas. A bit too late now. They will not trade as efficiently as they could have. Yeah, they are actually gonna die now. And I don't understand why Snute is just continuing to just standing here. Yeah, just utilize the spine crawlers. Just wait.
That was
really have to.
That was a really bad engage from Snute. Actually, like the mutas weren't there, the spines weren't there. Like,
I'm not really sure why.
It was a really awkward place to take the engagement as well. Like out in the open, he didn't have the support of a ramp.
Yeah, and I mean the final thing is that even though the mutas never got there while he decided to engage the Ravagers, why not just chill with your mutas? He didn't need to trade there, because it's not like he did that much damage, so Indy wanted to go back. Indy had to go back anyway, because they didn't have that much left. But the Stalkers are good versus mutas. And we can see that Snute once again goes into snipe a couple of probes, and at the same time,
Yeah.
there's an engagement going on here.
And again,
And
he's
this
fighting out in the
time-
open. Just well,
Yeah, but
it
this
is.
time it looks a bit better, but I mean, he actually gets the immortals, which is big. See, there's actually queens here now. But where's the mutas? Why are they not here now? They should
Yes.
probably get back here.
The army is so small.
Oh, nice. And here comes the Zerglings. And there's... I'm not entirely sure about that GG, actually.
That was weird.
Yeah, I don't think that Indy had to GG out. Had to
Yeah, the
tap out,
fifth
'cause-
base like it looked great. What? Like yeah. I mean,
I think that he thought that Snute had a better economy than he had, and that basically, he wanted to capitalize on that. Maybe.
that's really weird. I mean, I don't think he lost that at all. Actually, Snute had no units to push across with, so I'm really confused by that actually.
All right, and I actually just got a whisper from Namsha about his game earlier, and he just decided to ladder instead, and that is why I think he actually threw in a walkover in his game.
Oh, okay. That makes
And yeah, the reason for that is, or I think, is because Namsha actually has to play a couple of more ladder games to be able to qualify for the what was that? Is it the IEM or is it the DreamHack Open? I'm not entirely sure, but one of the two. And yeah, it basically gets. It actually means that you have to play a bunch of ladder games so that you're actually able to qualify. So yeah.
okay. Well, it makes
Alright,
a lot
so-
more sense because he shouldn't go up that early.
Yeah, exactly. I was a bit surprised, but yeah, now we know that at least. So yeah, we are moving into the round of 16 now. Still Snute.
Yep.
Still Snute. Right, so in the bottom left position, playing as Zerg, his name is RedPanda for the Bonjour. I love that name.
One drop, probably.
I
Okay,
can't-
in
I
the
can't
top
pronounce
left,
it.
the Norwegian is playing Zerg. It is Snute.
All right.
And
I am not entirely sure about who RedPanda is. I mean, how good of a player he is. Do you have any
no, I have no
inside
idea.
information?
He's Grandmaster, so it can't be that bad. I
Well,
don't know.
That is true. That is true. And I don't think that he's been boosted, so he's probably a good player, yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about CVC on this map? I mean, I like CVC on this map because this map actually tends to go towards longer macro games.
Yeah, because of the rush distances, but that is not something that RedPanda cares about because he went for a 30 pull. So yeah. Yeah, this is a 30 pull with the gas. He's not adding on any drones now. Well, actually, he did. He actually is on 16 drones.
Sure,
A
that
bit
was.
surprised.
Not sure that was a second pull.
He's actually a 17 pull. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but these presentations takes longer than you think. Basically, when we were done with both the presentations, it has gone that far. So you actually went on a 17 pull. I actually thought that it was a real early spawning pull. Actually.
wow. So it might make for a longer macro game. Actually, CVC is pretty cool if you can make it into the mid and late game. There's a lot of
Yeah,
options.
exactly, and you don't have to watch coin flip game. Basically, you actually get to experience some proper CVC.
And there's a lot of mind
Proper.
games, there's a lot of options, like almost every single unit is viable in CVC, which is why I think it's so cool.
Yeah, everyone except one. And we
yeah,
all
the
know which one that is.
Force-
But at the same time, that unit is basically not even in the game right now, so I don't think that you actually have to talk about it.
Yeah. So I think it's cool. There's a lot of counters, there's a lot of like rock paper scissors, but it's actually like, and just the way that the CVC works out with like when do I make drones, when do I make army, how do I match my opponent's army. Like, basically a lot comes down to how many drones you can get away with.
Exactly. We see that Snute is adding on a Baneling nest, he's still droning. I think that he wants to be the defender right now.
Yep.
At the same time, we see that RedPanda is adding a bunch of service. He wants to be the aggressor. He's not adding any more drones now. He is committed to actually get a push here.
There's a lot of these coming out, so we'll see. So
Yeah,
nice
but at the same
wall
time,
in Snute.
Snute has walled off with 2 drones already. Oh, well, 2 drones. 2 queens already.
Ooh, he's really trying to force his way through here, but just not gonna work.
No, he's not gonna get in here. There's even more Evo Chambers going on as well. Look at this. This blockage is actually quite nice, but this Evo Chamber actually gets quite a big surround area, so RedPanda actually manages to get that down.
What? I mean, even if it managed to take that down, it wouldn't have mattered. Like, Snute has too many units now. So
yeah, and Snute bought a bunch of time for himself, and RedPanda is looking towards a game that will be hard to win now, because Snute has 2 base economy. He has Banelings, and he's trading very well as well. Look at the Baneling hits that he's getting.
Ooh, that was pretty nice. The first ones were actually not that good. He got like 1 or 2 links. So.
Yeah, exactly, but the second one connected a lot better actually.
Yep.
Yeah, alright, so what is RedPanda going to do here now? He needs to do damage or
actually,
face a
RedPanda
boss.
looks really strong in his Ling Bling micro, and I think that's why he went for this sort of aggressive style, because it looks like he feels quite comfortable playing Ling Bling.
The connect from one of the Banelings could have been good there, but he actually doesn't. And there's actually a bit of a long Ling run by here, but no.
Yeah, Snute has
not
too
really
much.
getting anywhere. Yeah, the block is actually quite nice. The wall, as I should have said earlier, it's actually really good. Yeah, that's the GG. Was actually a cheese, sort of a cheese, well, early push that didn't really pay off. Smith was well aware of that, and I love the way he walled off and actually also canceled the Evo Chambers, not letting them finish.
I mean, in my opinion, and this is just from someone who's shit at third, but if you were gonna go that aggressive, why don't you just go 13-12 and just go all out, like, aggressive? Because that was he went for a hatchery and then he didn't drone it up at all. Like, he had no drones at his natural. So I guess for the extra larva, but even then it doesn't make sense because, like, you could have gotten the Zerglings out so much quicker if you just went for a quick spawning pool. So
yeah, exactly.
From my point of view, that didn't make sense. But as I said, I'm not the CVC expert. Might be.
Sorry for that. I had to close my window and my balcony because someone outside decided to use a flamethrower on the ground. Yeah, I'm gonna explain that in a second. You can see that Snute is actually not joining the next game. I think that is because, well, actually it's a best of 3, so I'm not entirely sure why they aren't continuing. Because we are into the round of 16 now.
Yep.
Right, so yeah, I'm just gonna wait for.
So Jonathan is officially knocked out. So Snute is the only Scandinavian left in the tournament. Jonathan was eliminated by Sugliang. So rip.
Well, that is a shame.
Yep. So we have Guru's been here. A Rainer left in the tournament. Yeah, not a lot of big names though. I guess
there's a couple of Koreans. I'm not entirely sure where.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're. I think they're out actually. Looks like it. No, True is still in. Okay, True is in. Tails is still playing versus Game Over, so we'll see. Yeah, there's 2 Koreans, and one is in the round of 16, and one is still playing round of 32. So We'll see how that works out.
Yeah, we are waiting for Snute to get into the lobby for that second game. I'm not entirely sure. I actually wrote to Snute now to see if perhaps RedPanda threw in a walkover or something, because normally you just continue on playing directly after playing that first game. Or if... Wait, was that...
What? He did say earlier that round of 16 was supposed to be best of 3. But I guess not. Okay, well apparently that was just the best of 1 then. Which means Snute will go up against...
either Tails or Morpheus.
Yeah. That game is still going, I think. And Rainer advanced to the round of 8 as well. He's currently the only player in the round of 8. So,
alright, so we are actually going for a quick break now, because there's actually no games available to cast.
Okay.
Alright, so actually we don't have any we're not even able to cast anything right now. So we'll just wait for Snoot's next game, which will be against either Morpheus or Tails.
So
right, so stay with us, guys.
We'll
exactly.
Be right back.
extreme events. I smoke too much, I drink too much. I tell myself that I can't stop. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. That I can't stop. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. Clearly now. Clearly now. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. I smoke too much, I drink too much. I tell myself that I can't stop. We could see clearly now. 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 Clearly now. Clearly now. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. That I can't stop. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now. I can't stop. We could see clearly now. We could see clearly now.
Oh, I could be all it is you need, 'cause we are trying to find a way to feel. If I could sleep, I'd dream of what we'd be, but I can feel you slip further from me. Oh, it makes it hard to be when you are all that I want but don't have. And I'll run into the sea, follow this heart that escapes me. It escapes me, and I'm lost. Forget me, all I was and become. Everything, all I wanted.
And we are back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna change my voice setting, by the way. Totally forgot about.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. So we are going to see Snute play a Korean in a few minutes. The players are right now videoing maps.
So it's Snute versus Tails. What race is Tails?
Yeah, what race is he? Totally forgotten about that. He was terrible. We did cast him one time before.
Yeah. Kind of.
I'm just gonna check his profile real quick. Profile.
He seems to be Protoss.
Yeah, exactly. He's Protoss. He hasn't played any games on this account actually. He was Grandmaster in 2013. Because that sort of explains why. Well, I guess being Korean, living in Korea, basically explains it. Yeah. So, what do you think about this matchup?
Well,
do you have any predictions?
Well, I mean, I think Snute is quite obviously the favorite. I mean, Koreans are good, but
Korean's good, but Snute is great.
yeah, I mean, he's looking actually really well right now. I haven't seen any, like, okay, honestly, that last game was pretty tight. But, oh yeah,
All right, the lobby is actually up now, and I am just gonna get you into this game as fast as I can. Where the fuck are you? There you are. All right, so we have a lobby now as well.
Great.
Right, so we are just waiting for the players to go. And it seems like we are now going to start the countdown, maybe? No?
No.
Or are we waiting for another caster? I'm not entirely sure if there is another caster that will cast this game.
Yeah, because it was...
But at the same time, Wardy is very good at just sneaking in right before we go.
Yep. So...
CVP on Frozen Temple, early harass could be the way to go. Yeah, and here it is. The clock is counting down. Best of 3, round of 8. There's not a whole lot of games left, actually. We started out with 100 in the round of 128, actually, today. So quite a lot of players signed up. This is fun. It's good to see a lot of players having an interest in the Go4SC2 week. Please.
Okay.
Alright, so in the bottom right position, playing as Protoss, his name is Tails. One of the 2 Koreans signed up for today.
And in the top left, we've seen him before. He's from Norway. He's playing Zerg. It is Snute.
Yeah, right. So let's just be a bit observant here now in the beginning to see if the player's actually going for early harasses. So basically, if Snute is going for any kind of.
So we don't call a 17 pool a 13 pool, you mean?
And we won't see a 13 pool. Then we actually see the Snute goes for the hatch instead.
17 hatch.
Yeah, alright, so no early shenanigans from Snute. And looking at Tails, it doesn't really look like he's going for that either. Do you see the scouting probe? Other than that, he's just... At the moment, isn't he banking up minerals right now? It's sort of telling that he is going for Nexus. Yep. And there it is.
Yep. So,
yeah.
1 gate for expand.
Pretty standard.
Or cybercore. Okay.
Still, he is banking up gas. So basically, he's had a gas for quite a while now. Is there a reason to this?
Yeah, I'm
That
not
you know of?
sure. I don't quite know. Okay, he has put it. Yeah, so he's gonna hide something here. Probably a starport. It's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, actually, there has to be something like that because it's sort of weird to get gas and then just ignoring the use of it. He's actually supply blocked there for a little bit. Is he starting warp gate? Nope. He's getting a Stargate. He's actually placing that Stargate quite visibly.
That's odd.
Yeah, I don't think that he's actually worried about Snute seeing this. Or basically, he knows that, yeah, he'll probably see it, and I don't
Do
care.
you think that pylon over there is there for Overlord drops?
I think it's there just to get vision, yeah. And, I mean, it's not that odd to see Provost players do that, but it is odd to get it that fast. So I guess it is for Overlord drops, yeah.
Yeah, because there are.
You would rather have a pylon over here to be able to defend your natural, right?
Yeah, I mean there are some
Okay.
cheesy like really early drop play that Sarah can pull out. So.
Yeah, the only thing you need is a ebook chamber, so it's not that far away from your normal tech paths. Basically, getting a drop zone. It was a bit harder to get it before, actually.
Quad loadings. This is just to counteract any sort of adept play, which Tails is not going for. So
Oh, you can actually see that he decides to wall it off.
yes, I don't know if you saw the Zerglings. Ooh, it was not a complete wall in.
I think he wanted that cellar to be there, which
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Will cost
See that
some probes.
There's actually 2 Phoenix here already.
Yeah, but they're not the best versus Zerglings.
No.
Yeah, but
I mean,
these Zerglings are
yeah.
gonna get zoned out and killed now.
Yeah, it's just that he's denying a bunch of mineral time, or mineral ability here. He can't really mine anything right now. So I guess that's a bit of a...
Oh, and he runs
bit of
into
a
the
good
main.
dip damage
Let's scout
on that suit.
everything here. It's not a lot to see though.
No, exactly. I mean, the only thing that he could have hidden was the Stargate, but it's already been exposed, basically.
That's
It's already
kind of a
seen the
waste of
Phoenixes.
Phoenix energy. Pick up Zerglings.
Yeah, I was thinking about if he was going to do that earlier when they were by natural, but he didn't do that. I'm not really sure why he's left with the Phoenixes still. He should just get out with them. It's not like there will be roaches coming here. And normal Zerglings he can just deal with that with a proper wall off now.
Look, the Zergling is still in the base. What? Snute is just like, I'm gonna get all the value from this Zergling.
Yeah, I mean, now he moves out with the Phoenixes. Let's see if he can do anything. He will be able to kill this queen.
This queen is...
If he wants to, which he does not want to. Alright. Because it's probably, I think I'm correct saying that 4 Phoenixes is basically what you need to get 1 queen from 1 liftoff. Or it might be 5 actually.
Yeah, I don't know the math on that. I have no idea.
Could actually do a quick count here. 5 times 3 is 15. What's the DPS on that?
Oh, don't do math, man. That's terrible.
No, man, he actually needs 5 Phoenixes. as long as my super fast math there was right, which it might not be. In that case, there will probably be someone in the chat that says something about that. In that case, thank you. We need to be correct about stuff like this.
Yep.
A bunch of Zerglings actually push towards the 3rd here.
Yeah, but I think this is enough adepts to...
Yeah,
But not if he moves out like
sort of.
this. Not if he moves
No,
out...
if he gets us around,
Yeah.
it's not. Which actually, yes, but there's a bunch of more adepts coming in
Yeah,
now.
so there's... No.
And with that overcharge as well, it's actually not that easy to
So he
do damage
managed
with the Zerglings.
to ward off Snute for now. Snute is morphing some Banelings. Yeah, this is like the part of CVP I don't understand, like the Ling Bane play. It's so odd to me.
Well, it's totally fine to use that against the decks, so
Yeah,
it's just that...
I heard it's good, but it's just not something.
I mean, we played yesterday, right? And you had adepts, and you could see why Bailey is actually quite good. We could see it here as well.
Oh, that was
Those hits were
so.
quite decent, quite decent. Still, I mean, he manages to get a bunch of adepts, but afterwards he doesn't have that many Zerglings or no Banelings left to actually be able to do any more damage. He basically just snipes them and goes back.
Yeah, we did play, but yeah, okay, I lost. Yeah, okay, I lost a lot of adepts to Bailey.
Yeah, regarding that match, you actually didn't really see
The
that.
second time I actually split my adept, and if you actually split your adept, you can actually negate a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's sort of the same as with Marines, basically.
Yeah, but it's like I don't see a lot of Protoss players doing that, but like my Terran reflexes just kick in. And I'm like, Banelings, time to split.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Don't
And
get ahead of
sometimes I
yourself.
just freeze up and just attack the Baneling. So.
You can see a bunch of drones getting picked off here now, and there's not a lot the Snute can do with this one Queen and Spore Crawler at the moment.
Really nice.
There's actually a bit too many drones getting killed there. I'm not entirely sure why Snute never actually tried to just retreat with his drones towards just getting closer to that Spore Crawler, basically.
Tails got 12 workers killed now.
Yeah, and that is quite good. At the same time, when it comes to damage, Snute has done a ton of damage as well.
That is a lot of adepts.
Indeed, indeed. Let's see now if he can...
He does not
do
want
a
to fight on
real
creep,
push
though.
here.
That seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, getting surrounded like this, not
Yeah, that's-
actually managing to get to the wall, it's actually not that good either. And there's a bunch of queens here as well.
That was some
I
Protoss
don't-
splits.
He actually doesn't need any queens there. And he taps out.
Yeah, that was just... So, you see those Protoss splits? Like, just... Protoss, Grandmaster Protoss is split like Plat Terrans.
But I don't think splitting was the main issue. It's just that
No, it wasn't, but...
when it comes to macros, it didn't really have to be that scared of losing a bunch of links, because he could just replenish that over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh, and you're already in your lobby, right?
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't think that's why he lost. I'm just saying he split like a Platinum player. So. Or like me.
Yeah, more like you.
But I actually played some TVCs the other day, and my practice partner actually complimented me on my splits. So,
Oh, what was his rank?
high diamond,
Alright.
and he's like.
We
really
should
good.
probably show the viewers a bunch of your marine splits someday.
Yeah, no, let's not. But yeah, I can show you that game. Those splits were pretty good. Okay, so.
Yeah, so in the bottom right position, playing as Protoss, he's from Korea. His name is Tails.
And in the top left, playing Zerg, it is Liquid Snute.
Yeah, alright, so game number 2 in
Cross-
this best of 3.
Cross spawns on Frost, which means
Exactly.
macro.
Probably.
Yeah.
We've actually had a couple of games where we've said stuff like that, and we see that people go for early shenanigans anyway.
Yeah,
So I just have to eat up
but
that.
it hasn't worked when they've done it. So
No,
I mean, we
That's
saw.
actually true.
I think we saw Beastie Cutie do something like that, but it got shut down pretty hard. And
and the same goes for Indy in that early game. Oh, not Indy. Who was that that Snute?
yeah, but that was in cross spawns. So
Still, the distance is quite far there as well.
yeah, but
Mm.
it's not cross spawns,
No,
and it's
it's
CVC,
not.
so it's quite different.
Yeah, now we're talking about Protoss versus Zerg, but
Yeah.
if we are just talking about that, then you can't really bring in Beastie either, because he's Terran.
Yeah, fair enough. But I mean,
So yeah, psych. I saw 17 hatch moving into gas and pool for Snute. See at the same time, early cybernetic score, not an early cybernetic score, but yeah, getting a cybernetic score there after getting that Nexus right. He got that Nexus right after the gateway, I think.
yeah, he has to. Yeah, I don't see how that would fit otherwise. Yeah, so
No, exactly. And at the same time, we see Taze is adding on a second gas, so he is either gonna get some adepts this game as well, or he's moving towards an early starport. Maybe we'll actually see Oracle for once. That would be nice. Actually, something I miss looking at better players, like GM level players, in the Go4SC2 Go4SC2 games. I actually don't see that many oracles. I see a bit more oracles if you look at like the Pro League or GSL. But when it comes to just normal European play, I don't really see that many oracles. I'm not entirely sure if this is correct. Correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I'm concerned,
I haven't really thought about it. I thought I'd seen somewhere, but now when you say it, you're probably correct.
basically what we saw once when we were casting Protoss versus Terran, it was even, we saw, you know, that American player, Siegfried, who got oracles, but he didn't actually use them to get workers. He just used them for stasis wards and defense instead. You know, when he played against Lillecanine, for example, against Lillecanine Cyclone pushes, if you remember that.
I don't.
On Alrina, even.
I don't think I casted that. I think you casted that with Hog.
No, I'm pretty sure it was you and me. But never mind, we did see some oracles there, but they actually didn't go for the mineral line, so I was a bit sad to see that. We do see an oracle this time.
Yep.
So actually there is an oracle going, and Snute just scouts that.
Yeah.
That timing though.
Yeah. Snute is really on top of his scouting today.
Even though it's not really that much of a It's not like Tails is trying to hide this. He's just going right over the Sanaga towers anyway.
No, it's like, I got an oracle. You got to deal with it.
Exactly. This is more of a scouting oracle actually now. Because, I mean, you could still get a couple of workers. It's not like you can't snipe workers even though your opponent is aware of an oracle. Yeah. It's hard to actually follow this oracle. Damn, it's fast.
Next level strat, snipe the eggs. I don't think that works.
Could be nice if you knew what was in the eggs, but if there's only servings, I don't think that is viable.
Snipe the ultra eggs.
Exactly, that was entirely
With
my
oracles.
But who gets oracle? Who gets ultras with Protoss?
Yeah, it's a terrible idea.
Most of the times it actually is, yeah. You see, Tails is getting a third quite soon. You can see now that he is reinforcing this with a couple of adepts. Not really that many units on the map right now. Both players are still focused.
How many workers did he get? He got 6 workers, so that's...
That is nice. That was worth it.
As Sheppard would say, average.
in that tone as well. Not being impressed at all.
That's
Average.
That's average.
Typical Norwegian seriousness. I think Snute would have said something similar.
It's about average.
Alright, so third is coming down here for Tails now. He is going to be able to saturate that quite fast. We can see that he is holding, just rallying them all towards that third base. Adding on a couple of more pylons, has a bunch of gateways. And not that much to say about Tails right now. He's just normal. He's just going for normal gateway tech, basically.
Yeah,
no upgrades going yet. He's just now placing that forge and that Twilight console. Do you think we'll see Blink Stalkers eventually, or do you think he's going for Resonating Caves?
It's too early to say. I mean, I think it's sort of reactionary as well. I think it sort of depends on what he sees now.
Yeah. This Snute is getting some Ravages now, adding on a bunch of more Zerglings. Do you see that Tails is building his first Immortal, actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not really able to drop here, that's for sure. He's just getting sold out by the Queens, basically.
Yep.
Right, so...
We're seeing the same sort of unit composition that he did last CVP with the, like, Ravager sizing, like pure Ravager sizing. It looks like.
Yeah, I guess that's good, because you do avoid the bonus damage that Stalkers have versus Armored if you just go for Ravages. So I can understand that. I haven't really thought about that before, but it's sort of a good idea actually to just ignore the roaches, basically.
Turns out this Snute fella kind of knows what he's doing.
Yeah, which is not really.
Oh, we have the engage here.
Surprising.
Is he gonna be able to get us around with the links?
Force
That could be
fields.
huge. Some corrosive bites landing all over the army. That's really bad. Tails
Yeah,
is
that is
getting
not that
wrecked
good for
right now.
Tails. I'm a bit surprised about the force fields. There were some really good force fields, but the Surlians were already on top of his army, basically. So, the range that Corrosive Bile, that Ravages have with the Corrosive Biles actually helped him out a lot there. Getting the army, even though there was a bunch of force fields. Right, so GG, Snute moves on to round of 4 or to the semifinals.
I'll give you a quick
usually call it.
update of the bracket. So let's see. So Snute moved on versus Tails, and that's everything we know.
Yeah, what a good bracket walkthrough you got there.
Yeah, I mean, True is playing versus Rainer right now. They should be done, Sam.
Yes.
And then
So
we
that
have
actually-
Guru versus Beastie Cutie, and then we have Mizu versus Aquarion.
That is actually quite a cool name, to be honest. Aquarion.
Aquarion.
There's no I, so I don't think it's Aquarion.
Aquarion would have been cooler though.
Yeah, actually, it wouldn't be. Happy birthday for yesterday, Rainer. one of the casters wrote that in the general chat.
Oh, really?
Yesterday's Rainer had a birthday, but
What
not
did he
today's
turn?
Rainer.
You know what he turned? I'm not sure.
A zombie. I'm just kidding with you. Nah, I don't know. He like 15 maybe.
I think he turned 14 or something.
Yeah, he's young. That is the only thing I know.
Oh,
Which
crazy.
sort of always stresses me, because if he is this good at StarCraft at 14,
Dude,
man, I'm bad.
dude, he was better than you at 11.
yeah, but still, I mean, he's going to be such a big player.
Well, the game is gonna be dead by then. So.
All right, so here comes the negativity. Get out. Why do you say stuff?
I mean,
like that? That is just
I'd love
unnecessary.
to say that this game is gonna be around for 3 or 4 more years, but you know what?
It does look like it is, actually. It's not. If you look at the numbers right now, it doesn't really look like we are in a decline still. It's
Well-
kind of stable. And you can't really say
Well,
anything about that, to be
we'll see.
honest, Robla.
We'll see.
The statistics talks in my favor.
Well,
Right, so it's Snute versus either True or Rainer in just a few moments. We are not going to go into a break while we wait now. I think that that's just a waste of the viewers' time, basically. So I think we should just talk about some StarCraft while we wait, perhaps. Do you have any interesting stuff to share with our viewers right now, Rola?
not really. I finished second in an automated tournament yesterday. Yep. What up?
All right,
What's
well,
up?
good for you. Congratulations.
Yeah, you were in that tournament.
Yeah, I'm not. I am not gonna talk about my participation in it. I was basically not there.
You played 2 CBCs. That's harsh.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. Stupid coin flip. Still, I didn't play that.
I
well,
played a
so-
lot of TBTs, and TBTs are also quite bad when it comes to coin flipping.
It's not at all on the same level, mate. It
No,
really isn't.
TBT is a lot
But,
worse. TBT is a lot worse.
Okay, here comes the bias discussions with Robla and mine.
Well, I played them both. Have you played them both?
Play them both.
I played a lot
What
of
do you mean?
CBC and a lot of TBT.
Oh, it wouldn't really matter, because if I played Terran, it's not like I would get into a position where my skill level is actually on par with the meta. I would just lose. So
Fair
it
enough.
would actually not even matter. Right, but I think we're actually gonna see a game quite soon. The players are still, well, the players. Brain is still playing as far as I'm concerned. What I can see right now, basically, is that he's still in game. But he's actually out of game now, so I guess that means that the players are vetoing right now, and that is if Reina moved on. Maybe it's true that moved on.
Yeah, don't really
Who
know.
knows? Reina versus True. Right. So while we are waiting, I am quickly just gonna talk about the tournament that we are going to host next week.
Yes.
The Battle of Scandinavia. I guess that is worth just putting out there really quickly. We are actually going to host our own tournament on Wednesday, the 6th of July. We've called it Battle of Scandinavia, and it's basically just full of Scandinavian players, as you might have figured out.
That's a really good one.
And yeah, we actually managed to get the top 8, basically, of the top 8 players of Scandinavia.
More or less, yeah.
There is one player that a lot of folks over at Reddit has sort of brought up and asked why isn't he in it, and that is Naniwa.
Well,
Basically,
Naniwa was...
he's not really playing any competitive games right now, so he wasn't actually interested in joining that one, and kind of understand that because he hasn't really been playing any competitive at all.
Well, I think the only player we're missing is Sandster. He's the only one that...
Yeah, but at the same time, the ratings that we went after, he was actually not in the top 8.
Oh.
And I know that is kind of weird.
Well, that is kind of weird.
At the time when we invited players, he was actually not.
Well,
he was actually not in the top 8. So yeah, that is why. Actually.
But we have.
Oh well. Anyway, it's on Wednesday, and if you want to, you can tune in. It starts at 17 CET. That is 5 CET. And yeah. We will begin with Snute versus Skype, I think it is. So yeah, tune in then if you want to. Yeah, we are really looking forward to get that event going. And as far as I've seen already, we've actually just heard positive things about it. So that is nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited too. Like, we really need some good Scandinavian tournament. Because we have a lot of good players, but they don't get the recognition they deserve. Honestly.
No, exactly, and that is sort of our mission right now, to get some more recognition to Scandinavian StarCraft 2 players, and in the long run, actually a couple of Counter-Strike players as well. But right now we are only focusing on StarCraft. We are kind of new at this already, and we just want to try and make the best of it.
I mean, the Counter-Strike players sort of have a lot of level already, to be honest.
It sort of depends on what you're looking at, though.
I mean, at least Sweden has been really dominant in Counter-Strike. Not dominant, but
the thing is,
at the top.
The thing is, if you say it like that, then Scandinavia doesn't really need any recognition either. Looking at Scandinavian top players, and that is Snute.
Well, I mean, I think we have a lot of...
That is the comparison that you can do. You could take Snute, you could take Jinro, Thorsane, Namsha, Morrow. These players have gotten a lot of recognition, but they are on the top level. So yeah, I don't really think that your argument is valid, to be honest. But yeah.
Well.
Right, it looks like Snute needs to take a short break while we wait for him to play against True. So we're still just waiting for more games to start here, actually. By the way, we got a question from Matthew Saturna here about automated tournaments, how they work, basically. Anyone can just enter the automatic tournaments in StarCraft 2. There's no skill level required or anything.
I don't know what
Basically,
happens if you're unranked though.
you if you've played ranked, you basically get in on the skill level that you were on when you were on your top. Basically, at least that is what I've heard from Sheppard. It's that if you reach Diamond last season, for example, you will end up in Diamond tournaments moving into this season, even though you might be Platinum.
Yep.
And that is sort of how they work. But yeah, as I said, anyone can join the tournaments. And that goes for Go4SC2, for example, as well, which is not an automated tournament. But still, I mean, anyone can basically join both Go4SC2 or the automated tournaments in StarCraft as well.
One thing I really wish they'd add to the automated tournament is make it best of 3, man. Make the tournament short, but make it best of 3, because right now it just feels like ladder. Honestly, it's like.
Yeah, at least if you play the short tournaments that are. I mean, you have those. What is it? 7-tier tournaments, and then you have the 3-tier tournaments.
Yeah.
And the 7-tier ones are basically they have sort of a elimination bracket with a loser bracket in it.
Yeah. So.
But still best of 1. Yeah, but there you have a bit more time to actually play. But in the 3-tier tournaments, you basically just end up getting cheesed, and then you're out.
But I feel like they should at least make the finals best of 3. Do something, because like the only difference between playing a tournament right now and ladder games are that you can veto against the race. That's it.
Yeah, that is true.
You can veto after you
really nice,
see the race. Okay, but that's the only thing. And then there's the problem that there's a lot bigger skill gaps in the tournament than there are on ladder, in my experience. Like, so I'm just it could be something great, but it's fun.
There's still room for improvements, but at the same time, it got into the game when Legacy got released, and there are a bunch of stuff that Blizzard needs to do still, and yeah, that is one of them. But as I said, it got added to the game with Legacy of the Void. Yeah, I bet that they are gonna improve that eventually. I think they've actually talked about that before, about improving the system. But I'm not really sure where I read it, and I'm not entirely sure what they said either. I just know that they talked about automatic tournament.
Yeah.
Right, so still waiting. Snute is still on his short break. I've talked about Battle of Scandinavia. If you want, tune in on Wednesday, 6th of July. And watch some fun Scandinavian games, basically.
5 p.m.
At 5 p.m. That is correct. Or 17 CET. Besides that, I'm not really sure what else we can say while waiting. We talked a bit about automated tournaments.
So you don't want to talk about how Sergey is totally overpowered? Okay, no.
No, I'm still not gonna talk about that with you. Just, you are kind of stupid. Just saying stuff like that kind of irritates me.
Yeah, Sergey's totally.
But at the same time, I think you're just trying to irritate me right now, and I don't actually think that you're serious about it.
No, I'm not. I don't actually think Sergey's overpowered.
Yes, so that is good. All right, so we talked about that. We should probably thank ESL as well for letting us cast the Go4SC2 tournament.
Yeah, a big shout out to Sinistro. That guy is a hero.
Yeah, he actually is. He's helped me a lot with getting our Twitter messages out there. He's actually helped me with getting our VODs out to the public. He's given me a bunch of tips, actually, about how to try and run Viking TV, which is really nice of him. He really has a love for StarCraft 2. It's kind of obvious if you look at how much effort he puts into this.
I think.
So yeah, shout out to Sinister from ESL.
Yeah, a big
And
shout out.
ESL
I think that's something we could talk about. Like these background people that work so hard, like on everything surrounding the game, but they're not actually like present in the actual game. But they work so much around and like have so much love for the game, and they work their butts off. So if you can
Yeah, and it's,
show Sinistro some love, 'cause that dude.
yeah,
works.
and show ESL some love.
Yeah,
And what you can do basically to do that is just join the tournaments. Join the Go4SC2 tournaments.
Yeah, they have some casual tournaments as well for like lower level.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
And I mean, if you're on Masters level, for example, you will be able to get a few games at least in you'll actually manage to get a few games going before you end up playing against a top player. Like, for example, Sheppard today. He was a bit unlucky and got Snute in the second game, though. But yeah, as he actually got the first game, which was nice.
and
So
they
you
do
got
have
to
some,
round of 64.
and they do have some like casual tournaments as well. I haven't read up that much on them.
Yeah, I know on Mondays or Tuesdays, there is basically a bronze to plat or something like that. And then there's a plat to diamond.
And then there's like team tournaments, and there's like there's like a bunch of just fun stuff. So I know there was like a 2v2 tournament and stuff. It's a lot of fun stuff. Like I'm sure you'll find something you'd be interested in there. So head over to the ESL website.
Yeah, do that.
And
What else do we have here? Yeah, we basically now just waiting for the players to view their maps. We should probably improve these break talks that we have, like this one that we just started. I have no idea basically what we should talk about, so I'm just trying to figure out interesting topics to bring up that is not involving ultralisks, because that gets you going basically, and
yeah, let's not talk
I'm not
about
sure
that.
how entertaining that is for our viewers.
Well, after Terra, they'll probably sympathize. Unless they're Sheppard, because Sheppard doesn't understand me at all. But fair enough.
I don't understand you either.
Such a surge.
Right, I'm inviting you to the game.
Okay.
Right, so we are in lobby right now. Do you think that you will actually be able to find me when we go into the game?
Yeah, it's fine. We'll sort it out, I'm sure.
Yeah, I hope so. No problem. We've actually managed to not have that much problems with that before.
Yep.
All right, so True is in. The cast is in. There's a bunch of casters here now. Maybe not that strange since we are in semifinals now. But yeah, we are ready to go. The clock is going to start counting down. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, Snute versus True, semifinal 1, best of 3. Any predictions?
I don't know if I've seen True play actually. I have no idea, so I don't know, but I mean he's made it this far, so it's gotta be a decent player. Yep. Okay.
All right, so in the bottom left position, playing as Serg, he's from Norway, he's playing for Team Liquid, it's Snute.
Bottom right. Okay.
Well, yeah, bottom right.
So in the top left, he is playing for PSISTM. It is True.
You do know that it's Sidestorm Gaming, right?
Sidestorm? No, I have no idea.
Kind of famous.
Okay. Well, I'm not. Yeah.
Sorry, Robla. Sorry.
I'm a bit behind the curve. So.
Nah, you're not. But there's some things. But I mean, it's not like I'm perfect either.
Yeah.
Well, we can see that Snute is getting a 17 hatch. Not that strange.
Both players going for 17 hatch. So mirror builds here.
Yeah. No 13 pulls, even though we're on Frozen Temple. Wouldn't really think that is that strange. It's sort of 30 pull is quite common still. in even in pro games.
Okay,
But usually,
our first diversion here. It's kind of important to talk about. No gas from Snute. Okay, delayed gas from Snute. Is there a reason for that, delaying the gas? Like that, was that just...
I think that was just a little bit of a misplay because
Yeah.
you're oversaturated and you can't really use your drones anyway. So it's better to just get that gas going so you can like utilize it perfectly. Because the second base is not going online for quite some time. So yeah.
Yeah, so... I thought we were gonna see some sort of gasless play from Snute.
Yeah, no.
I was like, oh my
Really
god. No, we're not gonna have that much fun.
Bit scary to actually do a gasless build. I mean, it kind of works, but yeah, according to me at least, it's sort of risky.
Yeah, you've given
And
up
it's
your...
not like Snute couldn't do it. I mean, he has good control on his queens, and we've seen before that he do love his queens.
But have you
So,
given up
yeah.
that rebellious phase where you refuse to make banelings in CBC?
Yeah, I gave that up
Okay.
2 seasons ago. Actually,
Didn't work that well.
When no, I couldn't fucking do it. Stupid coin flip CVC. And also going into CVC having us like 65-70% win rate after going pure 13 pool, I sort of just thought that yeah, this is going well. I'm just gonna continue with this. Yeah. Right, we got a question in the chat actually, how big the prize pool is. And Battle of Scandinavia, at the moment it's at $250 right now. That the top 3 players are going to share on a like 50, 30, 20. I think it's the separation of the prize pool right now. But we are working with Macherino actually, so you can increase that prize pool if you want by donating. We still have some coupons left actually that you can utilize to donate $1 free of charge. I can talk about that after the game though. It's a bit hard to go into the specifics right now. But yeah,
there's nothing really going on. Both players are just droning pretty heavily from what I can see. Like Snute is getting some roaches, but not a huge amount, so I don't think he's gonna be crazy aggressive with it. He's just gonna get some roaches for safety. Like,
yeah, and that is a good idea. We do see that Snute has a pretty good wall off as well. True has sort of the same, but Snute has a lot more narrow gap between his Evo Chamber and Roach Warrior compared to True. Yeah, right.
yeah,
so...
just links poking at each other. It's not a lot happening right now. Both players are getting roaches. Both players are getting the attack range upgrade. Snute
exactly.
has
+1 going for both players. We do see that speed is going to kick in for Snute quite soon for his roaches.
Does True have a lair, actually? He doesn't? Okay, that's interesting.
No, so that kind of explains why it doesn't have roach speed. So we will probably see a roach walk quite soon. Both players +1 kicks in at almost the same level. Basically, this means that even though Snute is a bit faster with his +1, when he gets to True space, they will both be on +1.
Yeah, but anyway. That speed upgrade is kind of huge. Like
it is.
It's bigger than you think.
Yeah, it is, as long as you actually are able to micro basically. But as it is right now, it's not really. I mean, yeah, now we see Snute is starting to.
Oh, this roach micro is so intense. But he seems to be getting.
Basically, what True had there that maybe wasn't really that obvious was that he could utilize creep, so he was basically on the same speed level as Snute, even though he didn't have roach speed. That kind of helped him out a little bit, but no, yes, it was only True that actually microed his roaches in the beginning. Bit of surprise there, if you ask me. But yeah, some engages, some small engagements there. Not really that much of a commitment from either of the 2 players.
I like that poop highway that Snute made with his overlord.
Always good to poo creep.
pool
I
power.
do think that you should probably get a couple of creep tumors going there soon as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now it's not like he has to be careful about his solos because none of the players have anything that can shoot up besides the queens.
Ooh, there's a lot of roaches here.
Yeah, and he's gonna get shot in the back basically. But at the same time, this is sort of a surround for Snute,
Yeah.
which is really helpful. There are a bunch of links actually running in from the back, which helps True a lot actually. But yeah, what Snute has is queens as well, which do help out. But
But it looks like True has the upper hand here.
yeah, it actually is. I mean, Snute has +2 coming for him quite soon, which will help a lot. But right now, it sort of looks like True is actually going to push into this. You can see that he's been adding just a ton of Zerglings actually instead. Because he has +1 Carapace kicking in a matter of seconds now, which will help him just surviving against the roaches. But I'm not really sure about the Zergling choice.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Well,
I guess it is because he basically just wants his reinforcements to get there faster.
Yeah.
And since he doesn't have speed for his roaches, he's just focusing on Zerglings instead.
I mean, he could.
And he actually managed to get that third.
Oh, nice run. Like this. The nice thing about the Zerglings is they lock the roaches in place, so they can't
Yeah.
really retreat.
That is correct. But at the same time, we can see now that +2 is actually showing its
Yeah.
effectiveness versus Tails, or versus True here. And while True managed to get that third, his own third just started to get saturated. So, I mean, if you look at it overall, Snute basically lost a hatchery there, but he actually mined a bit from that third before he lost it. So both players are kind of even right now when it comes to losing stuff. Because what True did there was just committing to that attack and actually didn't drone this base at all. And he's just now droning. But it's looking good for True though, because his third is actually alive.
Yeah, but you see, True is like, no, I'm not gonna build a lair. You can't force me.
Yes, yeah. And I can understand why he went for Zerglings and he went for Carapace instead then, seeing as he didn't get speed, but it sort of sets him back when it comes to tech.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna build.
He's
It's still no
refusing
lair.
to get on there.
Still
Exactly.
No lair. We're 9 minutes in and there's
Sort
no
of.
lair. Wow.
Sort of strange, I have to admit. And this third is actually gonna pop up any second now.
This is worse than you and
Bunch
the
of
Bane,
roaches here.
man.
What is going on here? I mean, this is kind of unorthodox strategy here from True. If you think about it.
Yeah. Kind of what I was implying. I mean, it's no lair, and we're almost 10 minutes into this game, and there's no lair. So, I mean, he's on a clock. I mean, Snute is just going to be able to out-upgrade him and take him. So,
Yeah, eventually, but I mean, right now it's not like Snute can't really advance in the tech tree right now, because his economy is not really making him afford that.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair, but that's why I said he was on the clock. He does have an opportunity here to do some damage, but...
Man, +2 is so
Yeah.
strong. Look at this. I mean, True has a
upgrade, so-
lot more units, but damn, those roaches smell. But yeah, the Zerglings that come in and help here are kind of good. Kind of good. Especially if they go for the more squishy targets, basically the Ravagers. Will do help him a lot.
Yeah, let's just keep streaming units across the map, and he's gonna lose his third again. Snute is gonna lose his third again, so...
And
That's
that's
GG.
GG. Yeah, I mean, losing that third again basically meant that he would have a hard time getting back into the game. I really don't understand how this game developed.
It's really weird.
Yeah, I am surprised. I am really surprised, actually.
Oh, that... No, I'm not
by
gonna
the
get a
way-
lair. What? No.
Exactly. Stubborn as a Korean can be, basically.
Yep.
Right, you are in the game, I am in the game. We are just waiting for the clock to start the countdown.
But I mean, he utilized the tier 1 arsenal pretty well there, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's like, yep, tier 1 units are pretty good.
Yeah, precisely. Bit of a surprise there. I actually didn't think that True would be able to just win this game, basically, just push his way forward and getting in. Alright, there we go. Our game is starting now. So yeah, True takes game number 1. This is a best of 3, which means that Snute is down 1 game, and this could be this deciding match, actually.
It
For
could
True.
be.
Could be.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the bottom left position, playing as Serg, he is in the red color, he's playing for Sizestone Gaming, it's True.
And in the top right, down 1 game, playing for Team Liquid, it is Snute.
Precisely.
Guess first. Okay, so this is 13-12. What was it, 13-13?
It was
14-14.
13-13. It was a 13-13. Basically, he got the gas with another drone, and that's wonderful. Not entirely sure why. It's sort of I guess it's his kind of 13 pool.
Yeah.
We all have small differences.
Yeah,
actually.
there's a lot of variations.
It's kind of hard to actually understand what kind of 13 pool or what is most efficient way of doing it.
Well,
I have not really understood it yet. And when I was practicing it with another player a few days ago, he basically had his own way of doing a 13 pool. So yeah,
yeah, that's fair.
sort of strange. We do see that he actually decides to just get gas and then leaves this extractor. So he's not getting banelings.
Just the speed. So,
Yeah,
Snute, it's a weird choice to go this aggressive on this map, because it
and
is,
he's then adding a hatchery.
okay, this is quite a
So
lot.
he basically just got that to feel safe, I guess.
Okay, that is, I really disagree with that decision.
Yeah, especially on Dusk Towers.
Like what is this?
I have no idea.
He's not
It's
moving out
it's
with it. Why isn't he moving out with the Shirley? There's no reason to not move across the map with the Shirley.
I mean, he has speed going quite soon, but why not just start moving forward? Maybe he just doesn't want to show this.
What is Snute
That is
doing?
why he waits.
This is so weird. Yeah, he's gonna do
Shit
it.
is.
He's probably gonna, yeah, that's probably it. He's probably hiding it, and then he's gonna do a delayed push.
Yeah, exactly. With speed, so I mean, there won't be as much of a time for True to actually respond to this, because speed makes him getting there like 3 times faster or something. So True has just seen it basically,
Yeah.
which I guess helps him. Helps Snute, that is.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Okay. If this actually
see
works
that.
out, he looks like a genius. If it doesn't work out, he looks like an idiot. Sorry to say. It's just kind of weird.
Whoa, the wall of the True is building right now, though. He basically just locks down his main.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is basically what Snute needs to do. He just needs to kill these drones. He needs to get this natural.
Which he
will
probably
be
is going
good
to be able to do.
Yeah, definitely. True was not ready for this. And I totally understand him, seeing as Snute actually didn't go out with his servings.
Yeah, like that's an interesting
That is
strategy.
entirely the reason why he did that. But how is he going to push into this, though? That is the question.
He is
I
ahead
guess-
in drones, so he could just...
Yes, exactly.
Go.
Snute should just back off and let True just try and basically make his own push, because that is what True needs to do now if he's going to be able to actually do any. Just basically just to get into the game again. But right now he can't really do that because he lost his second.
Yeah, like Snute is 4 ahead.
Exactly. We do see a
hugely
lane
bad.
battle here, which wasn't really in True's favor to begin with, but it looks better now. We do see that Snute actually has Banelingness now, which will help him immensely versus Zerglings. Basically, a Baneling on the ramp can just tell Zerglings to stop. They can't really push into that.
Yeah, but True has his own Baneling now. But
Yeah,
he
that's a GG.
Okay.
A really impressive push. That worked out really well for Snute.
Yeah, that was genius actually.
A lot better than we thought.
I think that was really well thought out with the timing. Like he knew, like, okay, I'm gonna wait for one more round of drones from my opponent, and then I'm gonna go. So he's really messed up with his production cycle and can't really adjust.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So game number 3.
The decider
Exactly.
on Invader. Okay. I hate this map. So my theory around this map is that it was a bronze Zerg that made this map.
Yeah, Invader. Right, I was just writing some stuff in chat. Basically, one of our viewers asked for us to actually put the score in on the overlay, but that is usually not my job. It's Offerino that does that.
Yeah.
And since you are his replacement and you don't really know how to do that, I'm not really sure how we should how to solve that, because I don't know the key command to do it. Could actually Google it, but we're on a bit of a tight schedule at the moment.
Yeah, we're going into. So, yeah, we'll look into that later.
Right, so game number 3, the deciding game, basically, for who gets to go to the finals in the Go4SC2 weekly. What do you think? Is this going to be a game that goes to Snute in Snute's favor? Or do you think
I don't know. Okay, so
right, in the bottom right position, playing as Zerg in the red color, it's True.
and in the bottom left, playing for Team Liquid, it is Snute.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Snute had something going for him here. Looking at the last game,
Yeah.
that was kind of great to see. Actually, I really did like that delayed push. Just understanding the meta, understanding how Zergs normally play on that map. He knew that there would be a couple of overlords on that highway that you basically have. You have to run right on top of the vision, basically. And he just utilized that
Yep, he
and
just-
decided to wait.
Really crisp execution, really crisp build. Like, it's not a lot to
Yeah,
say.
and I did like him actually proning that defense that True had in his main. He just looked, is there any way for me to actually get in here? And then in the end he saw that, no, I'm not going to be able to actually do more damage. And then he just backed off because he knew that True would have to do a counter push to get into the game again.
So-
Yeah,
Can we talk about how terrible this map is?
not really, because I banned it as soon as it came out.
Why is this map so bad? So my theory is that it was made by a bronze Zerg, And the reason why I say that is because it's a third player who don't really know anything about the game. Because the bases are so small, you fit pretty much 3 production buildings and then the base is full. So you have to put production buildings down in your natural, and then it's like a mile away from your third, so it's not really good for Zerg. So I don't know who this map is made for. Like, it's just dumb.
The normal drop plays are actually quite nice. I mean, it's nice to get your drop ships over here, for example.
Yeah, but then there's mutas in my base, and my SimCity just makes it impossible for my units to get anywhere because the base is so small.
Yeah, and that is why you get liberators that basically shut down mutas, as we've talked about a few times before.
Well, you have to hold the initial muta first before you can get enough, but yeah.
But yeah, I do agree with you. And one more thing that I hate about this map is actually the general setting of it, because it's dark in a very strange way. It's basically you can't up the brightness of it basically.
I haven't thought of that. Probably true.
And yeah, that is actually quite irritating, at least for me, because I can't up the brightness anymore since I'm playing with a windowed version of StarCraft. By the way, I just got notified by Sergla that we basically spoiled that second game, or I did, by writing the score in the chat before the stream actually got there. And that I have to apologize for, Sergla. I'm really sorry about that. Usually I'm not that fast with writing the title, it's just that I'm trying to get you notified what the score is, since we're not really able to add that to the game right now. But still, yeah, should have waited a bit longer with that. Sorry, really. Can't feel bad about that.
It's a hassle with a delay.
Yeah, and the hassle, exactly. It's a bit hard to remember that there's actually a 3-minute delay on it sometimes. So yeah, but yeah, sorry, really. Right, so we can see that both players are macroing up. They're getting the third ready now, starting to saturate them. See that Olaire is going down for true, and at the same time, Olaire is going down for Snute.
I mean, I almost
for true, yeah.
I almost feel like that's worse than a plot. Like, True is getting a lair, he's growing up. He realizes that...
Exactly, there's another tier to Zerg.
He realizes
it's
that...
It's not just hatchery units, it's not just +1.
I like to think that he got the game yesterday, and he's like, oh, there's a bunch of more units I can get.
If that is true, then he's the best player ever, basically. Managed to get the first game against Snute.
Think about how funny
he's
that
on
is.
his second day of playing, basically.
Yeah, like, think about how funny that would be, though. It's like, oh, I can upgrade this. Okay.
It's basically like a Terran just finding out that they can siege with the Liberators. What their siege
Oh,
takes.
it opens up a world of possibilities.
Yeah, exactly. I like how Snute is utilizing these buildings, just telling True that... Well, True is telling Snute that he won't get in here, basically. I'm a bit confused about the colors, actually. The colors basically made me talk about the wrong player.
Yeah.
I can see that True actually gets a couple of drones here.
Yeah, and he gets a queen.
And he's gonna force his way in here, because there wasn't a lot of links worth of defense for Snute. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts quite a lot. Right, so what are we seeing now? We can see that Snute is adding a Spire, so...
And they're both adding Spires. So Muta versus Muta. That is interesting.
That is also very entertaining. It's like bling bling.
I haven't actually seen a lot of Muta versus Muta. How does that usually play out?
Well, it all depends on Muta count, but most importantly, upgrades. The one that gets +1 armor first is usually the one that can start to push. And as soon as the other player has to actually engage into that, it will start to talk in a favor for the one that got the upgrade, basically.
Yeah, some sloppy Ling Ling micro here from True, to be honest. And both players are getting Mutas now. So
Yeah, 11
That's
for True and 9 for Snute. No upgrades yet, though. Actually, would like to see. I mean, if you get as much as 13 mutas, then you should probably get an upgrade going. We do see that actually True is getting +1 damage first, which is
that is odd. I mean that
both
usually
players
means
actually getting +1 damage first. I have no idea.
is
No
this
idea
a
why
new
they're
meta?
doing this.
Because like armor is
I mean, the math is not going in their favor. I mean, it's sort of like a solid advice for all players to get +1 damage first. Well, +1 armor first on mutas. Since it's basically because of that bounce damage that mutas have,
well. I mean,
which basically nullifies the third bounce.
the way I understand it is if you want to be aggressive with your mutas and do hit and runs and basically be annoying, you should get attack. But if you want to fight more straight up with them, you should get armor.
Yeah, but if you are against a muta player with mutas, to be able to engage at all, you should get armor.
Yeah, armor.
So yeah, but I don't know.
But I don't know. Maybe they weren't expecting it, or I'm not sure.
That could be the case. Because if, for example, Snute wasn't aware of True's mutas, then yeah.
Because
You
actually,
see that Snute actually managed to snipe these drones that are getting gas for.
that's a
for
really
True.
nice play. That's a really
Yeah,
nice
that
play.
is nice. Just a small things that Snute does,
Yeah, but
which is
so
really good.
going back to the mutas, like I think in CVC you can get attack because there's not a lot that shoots up, so maybe there's more more of an advantage to the attack, just because there's not a lot to actually shoot at it. And I don't know if one armor actually makes a difference against spores. I'm not sure about that.
But I mean, this is only pure muta versus muta.
Yeah, but
That
yeah,
is
I
where
agree,
You
but
get armor.
I'm
That is the only thing.
I'm talking about like from their point of view, maybe not knowing that.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
other
But
player
I mean, since both players know about it, it sort of should just be
Yeah, but-
an absolute necessity to just get that armor. And we do see that True actually adds that now.
Yeah, but I mean they couldn't really cancel it after they've got.
No, that is true. That is true.
There's a lot of mutas now. A lot
But
of
at the
mutas.
same time, there's actually an attack going up over here as well for True. A bunch of spine crawls though that takes a bunch of hits from the Sergei, so he's actually gonna be able to clean this up. But
And
at
I
the
hate to
same
be
time,
that guy, but it's looking pretty dark for Snute. Well, he does have infestors. Oh, he can't let
but
his
does
infestor
it?
get sniped.
Does it?
Oh no,
That
was
is
not
bad.
good.
That is actually quite bad. And there's so many mutas here now.
Yeah,
There's actually that many mutas that is actually kinda. You can just basically go in on everything. You can get spore crawlers, you can get queens.
Yeah.
You don't really have to be that careful
Yeah.
with them.
they don't give
A
a
bit
fuck.
surprised about the fungals there though. If he had gotten one fungal, he could have just gone in with his mutas afterwards and just cleaned them up.
Yeah, so that was a scary situation, but he really got on top there. True did.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Same time, we do see that Snute is equalizing it a bit, getting a bunch of drones himself. I think that both players are quite even right now.
Yeah, but
If you
I mean,
look at
once
the-
you're behind in that muta count, it's kind of tough to get back unless you get some.
Yeah, but at the same time, what Snute has is the Infestors.
So
And
an
the
ultra
infestors are so
cavern
good.
coming down. How do you feel about that?
Well, that is the obvious next stage of it all, but I'm not entirely sure if their economy allows it, basically, because both players are still sort of
I mean,
in a situation where they have to be so scared about the other players' mutas.
I don't know if you know this, but ultras don't shoot up. And there's
That
still
is
a
true, but-
lot of mutas from True. So
But at the same time, as soon as you get +1 carapace, as soon as you get chitinous plating on ultras, they can basically ignore mutas.
well, the
Good.
mutas can likewise ignore the ultras. So, but there's a lot of infestors here. They are all gonna get sniped, but not before landing
Not
one.
entirely sure
two
what
nice
happened to the fungals there, though. There's
not
just
good enough.
too many mutas here. Bunch of queens getting added to the mix, though, but still, so many
True
mutas.
can't really fight that straight up, but he's just gonna go to the natural instead.
Exactly, and yeah, now it's starting to look grim for Snute, because he has all his
Yeah.
overloads here as well. This is not looking good, and he doesn't have speed either. I mean, he's gonna lose every single overload.
Yeah. That might be GG actually.
Yeah, sadly, I do think that this will be GG. I mean, Snute can't really push out either. I mean, he's actually doing that. But...
He's doing one last desperation push here, but
exactly.
not sure it will do very much. Yeah.
Here it is. Snute is now losing all of his tech, basically. So let's see if Snute manages to do something amazing here.
Yeah. I mean, it's cute, but I'm not
entirely sure if it's cute.
Oh, GG.
I got a bit sad there, I have to say.
Yeah, it was
sad to see that Snute
rough.
actually gets eliminated in semifinals. Same time, we do have to say that Snute was up against a Korean Zerg. True is, as said before, Korean.
Everything is forgiven. Now, what I was supposed to say is, like, it reminds me a lot of, like, back in HOTS, PvP. I don't know if you ever saw, like, Phoenix versus Phoenix. That's what that reminded me of. Like, if you got one Phoenix behind, you pretty much lost the game.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of the same thing with the mutas. Like, it's really hard to catch back up when you're down. Even though fungals and, like, parasitic bombs are a thing. But
right, so Snute sadly gets eliminated, which means that was the last Scandinavian in the tournament. And I am not entirely sure if we're actually gonna go into the finals and cast that as well.
yeah.
I'm thinking about it right now, because basically we have 6 casters
Yeah,
now,
I mean, there's a lot of casters.
and Wardy is one of them, and I do know that people nobody likes to watch Wardy, for example. I'm not really sure if we should actually just try and compete with that, or if we should just let them get that last game, seeing as we've already tried to follow all our Scandinavian participants.
Yeah, I thought we did a good job just following the Scandinavian. So like it's like there's already like a bunch of streams doing the final. So I don't really see the point, but
At the same time I can't really decide, but yeah, I guess we should just call it. Basically, I think we shouldn't really spread out our viewer numbers that much going into the finals. I think it's more helpful for ESL overall as well than for Go4SC2 to just try and push those viewers over to one channel in the end.
yeah.
I think it's the most noble thing to do, to be honest. At the same time, we've been treated very well today, getting all the Scandinavians as we wanted, not getting that much competition on those games as well, which is always a good thing from the other casters, from the other streams.
Yep.
So yeah, let's just decide that then.
Yeah.
Let's just go for our final shoutouts. I should probably just mention Battle of Scandinavia again, just to try and keep you guys in the loop. You can read more about Battle of Scandinavia on that link that I just posted in the chat if you want to. We are actually going to host that tournament ourselves at Viking TV, and it kicks off on Wednesday, the 6th of July at 1700 CET at 5 p.m. That is.
It's gonna be some
Central
awesome
European
games
time.
with the best.
Yeah, exactly. Top 8 Scandinavian players are invited and has accepted, which is super good. Snute will be there, for example, so all Snute fanboys will have a wonderful time.
Yep. And Bunny and Lily Kanin and some.
Yeah, and Namsha, to mention a Swede as well. We do have a couple of Swedish viewers, I think.
And one poor
Perhaps
Protoss.
want to know
We only
that.
have one Protoss in Space Marine. He's gonna have to represent the Sons of Iron.
Exactly. It will probably be hard for him to get far in that tournament, sadly.
Yeah, poor Protoss.
But at the same time, Protoss are good now. They've started to climb their way back into the meta.
Yep.
So we don't know. I mean, Space Marine could have a couple of aces up his sleeve. It's not like he's a bad player. I mean, he's really good actually. So Yeah. But anyhow, that it was my shout out. Other than that, I have to just thank Robla, my co-caster, for being here today, taking Hofferino's place, seeing as he is on vacation once again. And yeah, you've done a wonderful job today, Robla.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
thanks, Mindful. It's awesome casting with you. So
Yeah, thank you. The same. And just to sum it up, Battle of Scandinavia, thanking Robla, thanking you guys, thanking our viewers for being here. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you for watching.
It
That's
means
awesome. Awesome
yeah,
that
it
we
means
get
a lot
this
to-
many viewers. Actually, it's cool.
yeah, it's really nice to actually see that there are some people that actually likes our casting and likes our way of doing this. And yeah, just have to be really thankful about the feedback that we got today.
Yeah, like,
for
we really
example, just
appreciate
showing the score is something that we should really do.
Yep.
So yeah, thanks for that feedback. And yeah, we are still getting to know all the tiny little things that you need to do as a caster. We're still pretty new at this, so yeah, bear with us.
We're working. So any feedback is appreciated. So just tell us, and we'll do our best to try to correct everything. Sometimes it's just technical issues and stuff like that, and it's not a lot you can do about that sometimes. But yeah, like the thing like the scoreboard, yeah, I totally agree. That is something we should try and.
Yeah, I'll just try and let you know the key command for that for next time. It's not that hard to do, actually.
No.
It's just that none of us know how to do it, basically. So, yeah.
We will look into it. So.
Yeah. But, yeah, thanks a lot, guys. See you next time. Don't forget to tune in on Wednesday.
Yep. Battle of Scandinavia.
Thanks a lot. Yeah,
thanks a lot. Fuck you.
Bye.